Welcome to part 17 of this Sunless Sea playthrough as our Captain Duncan, citizen of the Unterzee. Last time we were doing a bunch of stuff. We got to the Empire of Hands. We did our first shipment of hydrogen to try to fuel their Zeppelin. Turns out we're going to need more if we want to achieve that story to its resolution. But that's not necessarily our life's ambition. Again, our life's ambition for this character is to write the Song of the Sea. That involves getting like 70, so we need 40 secrets, 77 of the memories, Z stories, I forget exactly how they spell it in this game, and Tales of Terror. So we need 77 of all of those things. That's what we're working on. And then I'm also looking at other ways to do either the manual of miracles. These are objectives that the game tracks when you finish a playthrough. And I don't know actually what they do yet, but I want to see if I can get to them. So there's a traveling light, rise high and go east. To me it sounds like the Empire of Hands, but it also sounds like the Carnian Exile story. So I definitely want to progress anything to do with the Carnian Exile. And then we'll also keep working on the Empire of Hands in the meantime. The other thing is the manual of miracles. While forgotten, find one who is forgotten. I thought maybe in Frostbound, maybe that's something to do there. There's also a Forgotten Quarter in London, which is the magician story. We have to raise our mirrors and able to do that. So these are the things we're kind of working on overall. The Carnian Exile story, the Empire of Hands story, the Frostbound story, and the magician story. So these are and also the ambition for the Song of the Sea. That's what our character actually wants to do. That's his ambition in life. So those are all equally important, and those are all we're working on. We finished our time here. I think we kind of did what we needed to do on this current ship arrival here at the Empire of Hands. So we still need to go to Eagle, Dahut are the two main things we want to do. And then, do we want to go to Fathom King's Hold? Let's see, Fathom King. Oops, I just misspelled that. Fathom. We'll go ahead and see. Let's see. Is there anything in our top level notes? Maybe back to the top here. Nothing in our top level notes for our current playthrough. So there's notes about descending, trading drowning pearls for Shintalak, or try trading Shintalak for drowning pearls. Can repair your ship there. Oh, we do want some more of these white Mollify. I don't think we have any Shintalak left in our hold. Maybe one or two. Sold a bunch of that already. And yeah, there's no other. So these are some old Rift notes. Oh, these are actually from the. I'll just move these up here by the Rift notes that I have already. This stuff up here. I'm not gonna look at these notes right now, but just kind of cleaning up some of my other notes. Okay, so yeah, so let's go ahead and go to. We don't necessarily need to go to the Fathom King's Hold, although it's close, so we may go there along the way anyway. I was thinking of going to Acefall and getting the. We have an empty mirror catch box, I believe. Yeah, we have an empty one, so I was thinking of filling it with sunlight on Acefall, because there was somebody who wanted sunlight. It was the Bandage Poisoner. Yeah, so let's go up to Acefall and see if we can get a sunlight-filled mirror catch box. We don't want to buy fuel here, so we're not going to buy fuel in the Empire of Hands. But we will look at. I think we can probably get fuel. We can at least get fuel either in Gampool or Shell Knight. I forget which one of these two sold fuel. But if we need to do it there, we can do it there for sure. This may cause a wound. I know that the light in this game can cause wounds sometime. We're not going to fight any of these stronger foes in the moment. Again, we actually have a better weapon that we got the I say a different weapon. We have the Memento Mori, which is it's a very strong forward weapon, but this ship can't equip it yet, so we have to save up our money. It's going to cost us 11,000 echoes to get the ship that can the next ship, which has a forward cannon slot. So that's another one of the goals we're trying to do. We're trying to get up to 11,000 echoes. Although I think we started last session at around 8,000, and now we're down to 65. So we've actually lost 1,500 echoes. I discovered Nason's Bluff. We somehow hadn't discovered that before. Yeah, we actually lost 1,500 echoes since our last beginning of our voyage here, but that's okay. We have things in our hold that we generated, and we have stories in progress. And once we complete all these stories and sell the things in our hold, in theory, we'll come out ahead. That's the theory, at least. Okay, so we want to try to get the... Yeah, so this may increase your wounds. So it's okay, we don't have any wounds right now, and there are ways to heal wounds. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll get the port report. Done this before. We'll get the... Gathering supplies, I think... So I have some notes that you can lose sailors here, I believe, right? Ace to fall. So my notes are about this area. So... Gathering supplies can lose crew. Beachcombing can just do random stuff, so I'll probably just do beachcombing. But let's get the mirror catch box filled. Is this really sunlight? Then open the box wide and let it brim. Mortal measures. You fill the box successfully, but the sunlight has lit a fire in your bones. You struggle back to the ship and wait while the fever subsides. Be wary, this is true sunlight, and it can be unpredictable death to those who spent too long below. Yes, we gained 1 wound. We have 3. I mean, if you have 3, you die. So we're gonna want to make sure we get rid of that wound. I think we gained some more of the menaces, quality of yearning and burning. I don't know exactly. We cleared. At one point we got rid of it. I think the Clettery air cut this out of us or something. She cut out our yearning burning at one point. I don't know if there's like a certain level this gets to and dangerous things happen. I just don't know. Okay, so you can heal them in your lodgings. We can also heal them at Rosarina up in Anth. We have some unaccountably peckish. We have some suspicion, and we've been trying to get rid of the Kagane and suspicion, although we haven't really been very successful at doing so. Okay, so we'll go beachcombing. I guess we'll let the Blemming... We have a bunch of these Blemmingans. We'll see what they do as we go around different areas. Okay, we've had this option before. So driftwood is an outlandish artifact. Something glinting is a drowning pearl. A nasty glob of glue. I guess we'll get this just for the notes purposes. Yeah, it's a nasty glob of goo to an prepossessing, that's a weird word, mass, which usually generates food if I remember correctly. Wrap it in a cloth, carry it carefully back to the ship, and then perhaps something less disgusting. So we have an unprepossessing mass. We'll get the choice cuts out of it. Gained a terror and lost 22 hunger. Okay, yeah, that was not very... There's random things you can get here. One thing you can get is minus hunger, +1 terror. Sometimes you get supplies. 2 sailors complain that the meat size melodramatically when cutlery is applied to it. They are probably engaging in mischief, but your crew becomes nervous. Nervous but satiated. Okay, well. We'll go ahead and put a Blemmingen ashore. Fallen fruit enriches the soil. Perhaps this will give the timid mushroom strength to resist the sun rays. A nimble scuttle. It bounces swiftly across the sun-hot sand, using a minimum of tendrils on the scorching beach. Somewhat shriveled, it snuggles into the shade of a fruit-rich tree. It seems unwilling to go further. Okay, so we've done 4 propagation of Blemmingans. We have propagated Eastfall. I thought we had a bunch. I thought we had like 8 or 9 of those Blemmingans. Oh, yeah, we still have 7 of them. Okay. I thought I said 4 there for a second, but yeah. Okay, off to... Do you want to go to Hideaway right away? Let's see. I want to go to Agol and to Hoot. That's like my primary goal. Any reason to go to Hideaway? Let's see, we have notes to arrive with less than 25 terror. We're not there. There's a thing we can do to lose crew there. I guess we could do that because we have some extra crew with us this time. May as well go check it out since we're basically there already. We're getting to the point where going underwater can get scary due to our terror. If we hear any skittering noises, we might immediately leave the underwater. Alright, no skittering noises yet. There's some monster that appears when you have high terror underwater. I'm not familiar with exactly how dangerous it is, but we're not going to try to fight it here. Something down there, what is that? Is it a monster? It is. It's a ship. Oh, it's a... Yeah, what is that thing? Not sure what that is, to be honest. Just waiting for the something to weigh its quality here. Hiding away from this guy. Getting terror rapidly, though. A little scary. Alright, we'll get the port report here. We will What will we do first? Which option was it that check on the investigator? Let me see what this option is. Help the visionary. Yeah, that's the one we need less terror. Okay. Let's go ahead and check on the investigator. So we looked at this option before. He's going to go on a diving exhibition. So we equip our improved iron item, which is it's like the last one I've been looking at here. Let's say this one, the anatomical cabinet. We already have our iron officers equipped. This guy gives a little bit of iron, I suppose. I think we're already probably past the point where it doesn't matter, but yeah, we're at 98% chance, but I suppose we can see if any of these other ones give us more iron. She has 6. Yeah, so either 6 here. Yeah, so she has a little more iron. Don't think they have iron. They don't have iron. Surgeon with some iron. We already looked at that. No iron there. Okay. Should probably be close to 100%. See what happens. Yeah, okay. The waters between. 7 diving suits take up the investigator's room. We're exploring the space between Temtem and its city shell. We'll need another 5 divers. We didn't do this before because we couldn't afford to lose any crew, so. The investigator leads you to the depths of Hideaway. Did you know there's an enterprise to construct kelp farms on the outside of Temtum's cheeks? Temtum is the turtle that this city is built on the back of. We'll use their hatch to study the shell's inside. One after another you splash into the dark. With your light you can see the flesh of the beast beneath you. It is bruised, bloodied in some places, in others it is mere feet from the shell. The investigator points ahead to a thick cable hanging down from above. As it comes more clearly into view, it sparks. The charge results in a convulsing of Temtum's flesh. You return to the city as swiftly as you can, but several of your crew were caught by Temtum's shifting body and crushed beneath its shell and flesh. As soon as you're back in Hideaway, the investigator strips out of his diving suit and flees. Okay, so we did lose 3 crew. Again, that's why we didn't do this last time. I was worried that we might lose crew. Anytime when it says it requires a certain number of crew to do a mission, it's generally a sign that you might lose some crew. In any case, we'll see, we've discovered a distressing truth. They've been shocking Temtum. That's the distressing truth. There's a thick cable that comes down, it sparks, the charge convulses his flesh. Yeah. I guess that's the secret that we found out. Not sure exactly if that was a secret or not, but okay, we have some of these things. Luckily, we have some miserable realizations. Can commiserate with the investigator, I suppose. He's curled in his bed, but sits up when you enter. I need something to help me relax, clear my head. Anything, I'll try anything. Yeah, we have 1 honey, 1 coffee, and 1 wine. Or we have 4 wine, 5 honey, but Hideaway is doomed. It'll crack or be left on the Z floor, citizen, and I'm the only one who knows. His eyes are bleary red. It's Temtum. The beast is growing. Should have already shed its shell, but I guess it's willing itself to hold on. It can't beat biology, though, can it? It's going to outgrow Hideaway soon. So I guess Hideaway is the shell, in a sense. Or it's on its shell. He drags himself from the bed. Everyone here needs to know. They need to leave. I'll compile my notes, and then we must tell them. Please, citizen, they won't listen to me, but they dislike me. But if you said something... It is a fact. Temtum will outgrow Hideaway, destroying the city. The impolite investigator wants to tell people that. Okay. How can we help him with that? We can begin the war for hearts and mind. It'll take 7 fuel to do so, though. Might need to come back with more fuel to do that. Can Drew say Blemmingen to the Hideaway? Perhaps it can provide the beast that carries the city with some measure of companionship. We'd probably have enough fuel if we wanted to do this. We could probably get up to, I believe it was Shellinate that sold fuel. It was either Shellinate or Gantpole, which are right next to each other. Shellinate does not sell fuel, so it must have been the Gantpole. Yeah, 12 fuels, 18 for supplies there. So we could do that. We could probably get to the Gantpole. Well, this barrel's basically empty already. We should probably get fuel and then come back if we want to do this. Alright, well, let's go ahead and do the festivals, right? This was actually beneficial for us, if I remember correctly. Hideaway. Should be nearby. I'm in the underwater towns here. No, where's Hideaway? Oh, it's over here. Join the festival. Let's see. You can get some memories. Shintalak, string catches. Yeah, we'll do this again. And I guess we'll... What does the buy memento option do again? Memory of distant shores for 1 supplies. Not too exciting there. Alright, let's go ahead and join the festival. So these same options here, the silent reel, the hour of reflection, or the rainbowing. Let's see, last time I think we did the rainbowing for the strange catches. Or maybe we did the silent reel to try to get... I think we tried to do this one, where you gain 3 terror, 3 Z stories, because we need these to do the our ambition to write the song of the Z. We could try one of the other ones just to see some of the other options, just we don't have to do the same one every time. As far as memories of the distant shore, so this is the so yeah, we did the dancing one, right? Yeah, we did the dancing one last time. Let's try the hour of reflection, I guess. I don't know. Let's just try to just to see something different. Yeah, let's do this one. There is a dweller too ancient and too mad to help maintain hideaway. Instead, the suggester serves a ceremonial role. During the festival, they bark out a phrase, which everyone then represents through art. Invariably, the topics are variations on handsome, Temtum's generosity, or hideaway's superb lifestyles. The festival has begun. The hour of our reflection. The dwellers on highway have collected rubbery, pliable fish flesh and piled it in the festival square. Once the theme is announced, the dwellers pick out the choicest material from which to build their offerings. They could join in. You don't know enough of their culture to risk something more adventurous. A miniature Temtum is sure not to give offense. Or we could leave early. I guess we'll join in. From the pile of debris, pick out fresh slabs of meat and sharp spines. It isn't difficult to slice the pale flesh into roughly the shape of Temtum. The spines do an admirable job of holding your little Temtum together. 2. The near-forgotten betrayer across from you beams at your work. He tries to avoid looking at the blithe fiddler beside him, who crams spine after spine into the man-shaped slab she's created. Okay, so we gain terror and tale of terror. I think that's what I had in my notes, right? Let's see, so we gained +1 terror, and X tail of terror. Oh, there's multiple steps, right? Yeah, there's another step here. Cut your hand. The near-forgotten betrayer next to you bites his thumb until the droplets of blood ooze. It isn't an offering without something personal. Hair, nail, or blood or tears. You scratch the palm of your hand and a streak of blood swells up. You squeeze it into the lump of flesh you're working on. There's a scarlet mark there. A scarlet mark runs between Temtum's eyes. Others around you are more generous, slicing deep into their fingers and dabbing the blood onto their offerings with tenderness. Their expressions are beatific. Others force a smile, chew it at their nails, and split the pieces of their offering. So you're constructing like basically an offering of Temtum. Of your blood and stuff. Okay, so this one went to +2 terror, +5 fragments. Getting a little more terror that I'm comfortable with, but it is what it is, I suppose. Explain your offering. A parade to a black guttering hole begins. Each creator takes a moment to name their offering before throwing it into the offering pit. Alternatively, we could take your offering with you. You've poured your blood and artistic skill into this. You could probably get a tight sum for it elsewhere. Why not keep it? That'd probably end up with like a extraordinary artifact or something. I'm guessing. Not sure. Oh, I guess we'll go ahead and throw it in the pit. They named their offerings in turn. 1,000 helping fingers for my neighbor, the miracle that brought me here, deportment. You show the dwellers of Hideaway your offering. It was difficult with the limited materials, but you've managed to give the lump of meat and guts a passing resemblance to the shape of Temtum. They seem pleased, but more impressed by your skill with their sign language. You managed to convey that Temtum is important even to you, a stranger. Your offering is the last to go down the offering chute. The suggester gestures their wish for the good health of all. Temtum most especially. The people of Hideaway take this as their cue and depart. Yeah, so if you do the explain, what was this option called? Explain your offering. It ends up here with 7 memories of distant shores and +3 terror. There was another option to take your offering, which we don't know what that would have done. Maybe we'll try it at some point. I may as well introduce a Blemmingen. I don't know if there's any reason not to. It's been welcomed. The Blemmingen rushes forward and towards an open grate and leaps into the darkness. A worker standing nearby smiles broadly. She waves at a group of her fellows to gain their attention. Then she points down and sweeps her hand up to her heart. She takes a few side steps before throwing her hands into the air. What could she be saying? Her coworkers nod, raise their own hands into the air, and sway for a moment. It's unclear whether they're happy, but they're certainly not displeased. Okay, so we've introduced a Blemmingen to Hideaway. It's not clear to me if they were happy, but that is what happened. Isn't there a shop here if you go? Yeah, you go in here, right? Opens up the shop. Buy strange catches. We always want to have a couple of those in our hold. Maybe get 3 of those. Could sell some candles. Oh, we need these candles. We could sell some casket of sapphires for meter. Oh, we do need more meter salt, right? Yeah, let's sell some. Let's get some meter salt. Didn't one of our officers need meter salt? A matter of luck, the odds are strongly against you. You can let her try to cut one of the Blemmingans. Interesting. Oh, it says only 30% chance. We already did this, right? Yeah, you have one. We offered her our ear for her to experiment. He wants the elegiac cockatoo. That's what the sunlight-filled mirror catch box is for. Just seeing if any of our other officers wanted this meter. Somebody wanted meter salt, I'm pretty sure, but she's looking for the name's prison. This guy Actually, wait, we haven't talked to this guy since we went to the Chapel of Lights. He stands at the rail, staring into the dark. He flinches when you join him. His sigil has been troubling him of late. The next step. I'm sorry, citizens. Remembering the Chapel of Lights and the Priest's Council, Frostbound, he said. You've been so kind. I hate to ask you for more, but his sigil dims. It coils like a poised serpent. Yeah, we need to go to Frostbound. That's right, for him. We did know that. Pretty much finished his mission. I don't think there's anything. Him we have to do in London. Her we need to. Okay, so yeah, she was the one who needed the meter cell. Okay, but we also still need Zoop. Okay, so that was the opposite. Who wanted it? This guy was trying to get our pages or hearts up to 175. Good luck with that, but we are, in theory, working on that. Okay, we'll go ahead and put our Blemmingen back in here. And who else did we have equipped before? We had him equipped like 9.3 as opposed to 6.6. I guess it's basically the same. She's our romantic interest. We'll go ahead and keep her on. Okay, well, we will head up to get some fuel, I guess. So let's update our notes for Hideaway. We need to bring at least 7 fuel next time we come here. Hideaway. Bring at least 7x fuel. Or to leave, obviously. Or to sail away with. Okay. So do you want to do that first, or do we want to go to... Do you want to go to Gampel and get fuel first, or do we want to go Eigel, Dahoot, Nook, and then maybe loop back this way? How much fuel do we actually have right now? 10. Let's go Eigel. Let's go wrong button. Let's go Eigel, Fathom King's Hold, Polythreum, Dahoot, Godfall, Nook, Nuncio, Scrimshander, and then we'll hit. I think we can do this loop basically within the 10 fuel that we have. If not, there's probably one of the other places we can probably buy a little bit of fuel at. Then we'll get the fuel, we'll come back to Hideaway. I'll take a look at that mission. Or if our terror starts getting too high, maybe we'll just peace out, you know. Alright, we're just gonna get away from whatever this thing is over here. Let's just get the hell out of here. It's making hissing noises at us, and again, we're not really at the point where we want to be doing a lot of combat, especially underwater when there's skittering noises. Okay, so we're into Eigel, so let's head down this direction. Hopefully 9 fuel's enough to do this little loop, but again, I think we can probably buy... There's usually like somebody around here we'll be able to buy fuel with. Even if the prices aren't ideal. We're also trying to... Nook, we're trying to deliver the lever to Nook. That's one of the things we're currently doing for one of the other characters. I believe the lighthouse keeper in Undercrow. We're like delivering letters for him before he dies to all the people that he had relationships with throughout his lifetime. But yeah, I'd love to get rid of our fear. Maybe we'll get that relationship option with the Cleterier at some point to lower our fear a bit. We're going to try to spend as little time underwater as possible because, like I said, underwater there's bad things that can happen when your terror is high. I don't remember where the entrance to Aigle was, if it was on the north or the south, east or the west. It's taken us 3 fuel to get from Hideaway to Aigle. Well, one barrel was basically empty at the time. So basically it's taken us 2 fuel. No, it's taken, it was 3 up to here, yeah, so it's been 3 fuel from here to here. Another 3 to here. But yeah, we'll definitely have to get some fuel somewhere else. Alright, we're basically at Aigle. When can we start descending here? Seek deeper waters. Well, I'm seeking. Where are those deeper waters? I'm a little worried about our terror here. Like I said, being underwater when you have high terror is not. Okay, there's the entrance. Let's just get in there quickly. An old friend. I was hoping I could do more than just keep you company, Marks. I do have a little medical training. Hey, who is this person? You never came aboard. You snap awake. No one is here. Only the lamp swings as if the cabin door had just closed, or perhaps as if a passing beast had rocked your ship. Yeah, who was that person? I'm not aware of who that was. Okay, so now we can do this. Bribe the first mate. We could also introduce a Blemmingen. I guess we could try this first, because it looks like it might also open up the option to go in. Let's see what happens if we introduce a Blemmingen into Aigle. Wouldn't the spikes of Aigle look friendly with a bit of mushroom foliage? A blasted land. You try to release the Blemmingen by airlock onto the spiny surface of Aigle. Its determination is fierce, and it tries gamely to climb down a spine. Almost at once it begins to shrivel and shrink in on itself, its shroomy flesh blackening and then coming away in ragged strips. It cannot take hold in this waste space. But we did gain 1x first mate sensitivity. Does that let us come in yet? No. You have to have 10. Okay, well I guess we'll just bribe the first mate. We brought the assault suit for this reason, so... The crew can't show you around. The first mate keeps the hatch keys. They only rarely leave the engine room, but they'll come out for some solace fruit. Gratefully received. The first mate's features are softer than average Londoners, as though they have become part rubbery man. Their skin is marked in dozens of places with shiny, calcified ovals, around which the skin is reddened. You offer them solace fruit, and they receive it reverently. Sorry, I lost my point. I lost my place in there we go. They don't eat it in front of you, but withdraw through a hatch that is usually kept locked. They are gone a long time, and far off you hear a man's deep laughter. It is a surprising sound in the whispering ship. At last the first mate returns, fingers stained. It didn't go up to 10. We need 10 to get inside. We can observe the first mate in research. The kettle was a research vessel. Now the first mate sometimes engages in research on the fluke spines that pierce the ship. A gathering of silver in the storeroom. The room is blocked by a thick spine at waist level. The spine is purple-black, but the crew have been working at it with planes, grinding away a silvery powder. The powder is collected en masse and sieved into bottles. Our export, the first mate explains. It goes to Station 3, but that is not what we've come for. The first mate touches the spine. For a time their spirit is absent. Then, from one of the few patches of unmarked skin, they grow a needle-shaped protrusion and snap it free. A memento of what I saw when my mind was with Aigle. Needle of Fortis. Expressions of the first mate's grief at exploring the bitterness of Aigle. Okay, so we're now actually... We're up to 10 now. So we can get the port report? That's what this is? Or... Let's do this first here. Ask the first mate for help finding the regret of the sensitive brother. The Imperious sister waits an answer. She has sent a rendezvous at Hunter Keep. Into the Fortis kettle. The first mate leads you through hatches usually kept locked, down to the endless depths of the Fortis kettle. I think that's the name of the dwelling or ship or whatever they have there, just docked with this spiny creature. Let's see. They begin to limp more evidently the further you descend. At last you come to the engine room, where a spike of Aigle jabs through the hole. The engine is thoroughly destroyed, its furnace cold, its great wheels will never turn again. The surface of Aigle is exposed to your touch. It shimmers. We make it beautiful on purpose. There's a spiny silver patch on the spike. We allow the silver to be harvested. Touch it with one hand. Touch our face. You are no longer standing in the engine room. The tunnel is skin tight. You descend face first. The wall presses the back of your head, urging you downward. You should not have come. The entry point of Eagle is regret. No one enters Eagle without. Surface, not today. You cannot do this today. Perhaps some other time you'll be ready. So, descend idle as many others. So, unlocked when your commission to receive a regret is no more than 10. Gain at Mount Palmerston or Scrimshander and continue at Eagle. So you can leave when you are no more than 25. You can go back to the surface. I don't know what this does, but I guess we'll go ahead and descend. Eagle is made of needles. The inside of a needle is straight. Sharp, thirsty, dry. There's a scent of green, bitter things, of fermentation. Cactus pulp renders an acceptable wine. Someone once died in a desert, and you are traversing the cause of their death. They lived long enough to regret. Here is the memory of a dying man seeing a vulture overhead, the sky. We've begun drilling for a regret. Okay, so it's going to be a mirrors challenge. Okay. Well, mirrors is not our strong suit at the moment. So what are we doing? We're doing the explore the depth option right now. Just kind of looking through my notes here. There's something about sacrificing memories of nooks. Of Nook. We can drink and dine. Oh, we can reduce terror. Definitely want to do that. Help sort needles. Yeah, well, we're not going to go down here yet because there's only 50% chance. Again, we'll get our mirrors up at some point. Yeah, we're not ready for this yet. We draw our hand away from the spine. Now, once you are restored to your body, the tunnel no longer surrounds you. The subaqueous pulse no longer beats in your ears. There's light in the engine room, even if it is only the dim glow of the ship's lamp. Okay, so to find the sensitive brother, we're going to need more mirrors. That was this note here. Requires eye mirrors. Okay, what else can we do here? There was something about we could reduce our... We already did this one. It just ups this number by 1. So if we had 10 needles of fortitude, we could consume them. If we have 3, which we do, we could consume them. We can consume a single one, or we can eavesdrop on the kettle. Okay, we were just looking at the Eagle options here. What were the... Eavesdrop on a kettle. I don't have any notes on that. If we consume a needle, it'll give us plus to the acquaintance. If we consume 3 needles, it'll also give plus to the acquaintance. Not sure that we need to gain more to their acquaintance at the moment. What is eavesdrop on the kettle? I guess we'll do this to see what happens. Eavesdrop in the kettle. Something awaits. See what this does. Voices echo in the coppery corridors. It's going to give us 20 fragments and 3 needles. Plus 3 needle. Plus 20 fragments. Attentive listening. You hear the tomb colonist and the surprising strong old woman bickering over a hand of cards. The captain complaining about the bandage sticking to his thigh. You hear us. The scrape of metal as a new submarine docks. Your own crew talking about how the spines give them the shivers. Your crew hears us too. The first mate is talking to the captain in a low voice about what they found in their last exploration. There are fresh needles in the collection. Okay. Do we want to sacrifice any of our needles? I kind of want to get up to 10 just to see what happens. So maybe I'll not sacrifice any of the current needles that we have. Oh, we can buy fuel here. Nice. Let's hoping we find a place to buy some fuel. We can sell salt fruit here for memories of distant shores. We can sell our wine. We can sell our meter salt for candles. Oh, that's interesting. Didn't we sell candles to get meter salt? And we sold a casket of sapphires to get meter salt. To 108 on our cargo. 20 fuel is a good amount to have on us hand for now. And now we can go back to... Let's actually stock up on more fuel because we might want to go back to over there at some point. Unfortunately, we weren't able to lower our terror here. I was hoping we could lower some terror, but it doesn't seem like that's an option. Yeah, I think consuming the needles just says it ups the acquaintance tracker, which is this thing. But yeah, let's wait until we can get 10. Because I don't think I have that in my notes, right? Yeah, like consume 10 needles. Be interesting to see what that does. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. And let's get the hell out of the water, because I hear the scratching noise. Just a bad sign when you're underwater to hear that scratching noise. Alright, polythreme. We could go to Fathoming's Hole. I don't think there's any particular reason though. We just looked at... Yeah, let's just go polythreme to Hoot. It's not... Oh, there's a Lorn Fluke over there. We don't want to fight that at the moment. Sometimes you get fragments if you scout it with your lamp, but they have a pretty big AoE attack. Let's just kind of... Maybe we'll go to maybe we'll go to the Fathom King's Hold, I guess, since we got kind of scared away by that Lorn Fluke. I guess since we're up here, we may as well go up here now. Do I want to wait for something awaits? I mean, I always kind of do that. It's just sort of the way you play this game. Unfortunate that we have to just sit here for a minute, but if we don't use it here, we can use it in Polythreme or Dahoot. There's a pirate ship up there. Okay, let's see. Shore leave, we might want to do that. Repair our hull, we don't need to do that. Trade for drowning pearls, we don't have any Shintalak. We could get another white mollyflower, we could put a Bumming ashore. What does the shore leave option do here? Gain hunger and gain terror. Okay, we're not going to do that. It's like, do they want to go ashore? Question mark? I guess not. The audience with the Fathom King can gain terror. Gain terror. Ask a boon. Gain terror. If you had lost your magician or your cook, there might be a way to get them back from him. Otherwise, we could trade for a white mollyflower. Maybe we'll just do this option. I don't want to go in here and gain a bunch of terror. We do have a few more things we want to use these for. Okay, we'll go ahead and put a Blemmingen ashore. It's dark and damp here with many crevasses where it can hide. The Blemmingen should flourish so long as it avoids the Fathom King's notice. An unexpected welcome. A gift from the Mycegilian mother, the porter says passionately. The Fathom King will be pleased. Here for your trouble. Mycegilian mother. Got a drowning pearl. Okay. Nothing else to do here. Could fight this pirate ship, I guess. It's gonna take us a minute to get something awaits anyway. This one's got quite a few hit points on it. Let's see if I can fire my rear cannon on him. Sure if that was worth it or not. It did it anyway. Backing up is really slow. We're at -2. It's like... Oh, it's the Pyrrhopodian. Alright, go ahead and bring her on board. You could fish her out again, but she said herself the last time you crossed paths she'd hate to have to spread the word you've gone soft. A measure of professional assistance. I guess we'll do that. I don't know. Technically a rescue. A lifeboat? Oh dear, no. What would people say? The pirate boat glares up at you as the life buoy hits the water. But she grabs it regardless. Your message is received, and her look makes it quite clear that for this there will be a reckoning. The half-glimpsed smirk as she turns away, though suggests that is a challenge she is already looking forward to. We've now forged a rivalry with the pirate poet. Okay. Do we need to go to Polythreme, or should we just go straight to Dahoot? Let's see, I don't think there's anything particular we're trying to do at Polythreme. Oh no, the Modiste does want to go there. Okay. And then we shall. then we shall. I'd love to, like I said, I'd love to get some events that could lower our terror a bit. Just haven't seen any options for it recently. The Modiste, yeah, she's the one I think who wanted to go to Polythrene for some reason. I don't remember exactly why she wanted to go to Polythrene, but guess we'll find out. Alright, so we can warn the wreckers, cut our sharpness away. We can carry London, we can trade more curios. Here we go. Hunt closed colonies with the Modiste. Their abundance of life offers many artistic possibilities, a thinness of resolve. The Modiste stalks her prey past chittering rocks and wailing pools, living shirts, walking trousers, a lonely left shoe seeking a partner. All immediately rip and tear at even her exploratory cuts and stitches, their strange zest gone like the popping of a soap bubble. This will not do, she declares, discarding another reject. Clearly I must petition the king. If it is in his power to animate these miserable rags, he can certainly do a better job. Excuse me, Captain, I shall return presently. The Modiste is on a mission. Oh, 10 Z stories, nice. So is she going to talk to the king? Like, what's the dealio here? Check on the Modiste. Her audience with the King of the Hundred Hands did not go well. Tension relief. The Modiste is face down on her bunk, but that doesn't prevent her from berating the unlucky crewmen pressed into massaging the knots from her back. The King is a vulgarian of the worst flavor, she announces. They bring him the once-in-a-lifetime chance for cultural immortality, and all he can think of is payment. What is... Stop! Enough of this incompetent finger play. Get out of my sight before I write down your name. She sits up, scowling. He wants the pirate poet. Oh, we just saw her. Of course he does. Not unfinished, but not obeying her clay. Such an anomaly, the poor little pebble. This may be difficult. She was a dear friend once. She knows better than to let me use that against her. The pirate poet is now being hunted. The Modiste hunts her old friend. Oh, okay. Hunting the pirate poet. The Modiste has a plan. Sending a challenge. Yes, she was part of our set for a while. Such a naive little thing. Most squeamish in matters of the art. The Modiste paces around, lost in thought. She will be difficult to track down unless... She turns back triumphant. Captain, to London. There is Usha body in the Museum of Mistakes that will greatly ease our search. I shall explain everything on arrival. Well, I mean, she's not that hard to track down. We've encountered her a number of times, but okay. So let's say we're hunting the pirate poet. Go to London to advance. Okay. Could sell our casket. Is this what we bought all these caskets of sapphires for? To sell them here? I can't remember. Spend them. We need one to do the tireless mechanics mission. Let's see. You can buy them for 86 in Port Cornelian. Here's there you can sell them for 95 and sell them for 99 the Shellnet. It's actually a better price. Okay, we're not going to sell them here. We'll probably go to the Shellnet anyway on this voyage, I mean. I'm just going to see if there's anything that uses them. You can sell them for Muter Salt and Hideaway. Oh, we just did that. That's right, we just did that. There's no real need to hold them, but they sell for a little more in the Shellnet, which I think is where we're headed anyway. Do we want to pick up the clay men? I suppose we have cargo space for them. We can sell them back in Anth for a better price than what they sell for here. Yeah, we're not saving the rack ships. Do you want to cut away our sharpness? I guess we can if we want. Doesn't really matter one way or the other. We're trying to just raise our capacity for sharpness. Okay, well we got the Modiste's mission progressed here. That was what we came for. Let's go stop in Dahoot. Okay, we need to lose terror, so what is this horrors below? Do we have notes on if there's a way to lose terror with this option? Horrors below. Last time we gained terror, so let's try call them away. -1 terror, okay. a shudder in the hole. Whatever's down there, it's better not to know. They'll forget soon enough. And we're trying to just do any option we can to lose terror. So far there hasn't been many options to do that, but keep trying them when we can. Alright, we're going to Dahoot. Surprised we weren't able to use our something away in Polythreum. I guess there's just not a lot of options there. Let's see, where is the dock to Dahoot? Oh, here it is. It's hard to tell from the map. It's like, it says it's up here, but like, yeah, it's right here, I guess. Well, now we don't have to use something. We don't have to wait because we didn't use our something away. Okay, so we came here with the recent news, I believe, right? It's easy to gain terror in Dahoot. Be careful. Just looking at our options here. This will be an almost impossible challenge. Well, let's go in. Let's stay a while. Bring the Drownies news of how London, because these all seem like they are changed depending on how much your different Dahoot qualities are. They will allow you to remain here for a time in exchange. Unfortunately, it says you may gain terror. Be careful, but they call it the City of Peace. The Drownies make you welcome. They do not attack here. They do not even move quickly. They drift and sing and sometimes dance. We have 3 enthrallment, the depth of your commitment to the beauty of Dahoot. And our length of stay quality is now 1. So we can now get a port report with a 60% chance. Okay, these are all chancy challenges. We could consume a Needle of Fortis. This will reduce both enthrallment and clarity. We could partake of the white mollyflower. We brought some white mollyflowers. Maybe we'll do this one. So let's see if my notes tell us a little bit what any of these options might do. Okay, so what's the one about the mollyflower? What does that one do? So it's going to give you minus enthrallment. So if we wanted to lose enthrallment, we could do that option. Not sure that we need to lose enthrallment yet. It says in the description, it will free you from any enthrallment, though you will not prevent you from becoming further enthralled. The logs, you can read the log. The log's effect on your clarity and enthrallment is a whim of fate. Okay. This one will reduce both enthrallment and clarity. Are we trying to gain clarity? Is that the goal here? I think we're trying to gain clarity without getting too much enthrallment, it looks like. It seems like that's the... Let's read the description here. Drowning is about a copy of London as it never was. A cathedral and houses and fields of flowers all underwater. The water is cool and luminous, and at the same time, it is breathable air. I'm not 100% sure if we can do any of these options. I'm surprised the pages option is only 52%. We have 88 pages. We could raise it a little bit. But not enough to give it some like good odds. In fact, this one's even better. The search for secrets option is better. Even though our mirrors is really low. There are other humans here. You've heard voices and seen some recent talks, but where are the others kept? I see. Well, let's go ahead and do the mirrors one, I guess. It's the highest percent chance. We can raise our mirrors by equipping the... Oh, we still had our cabinet equipped. I forgot about that. Anyways, mirrors is... We can use this thing, the sunlight. I think that's if you want to like open it, but we don't want to open the sunlight-filled mirror catch box. Alright, mirrors. This one already has mirrors, not mirrors. This one gives 6 mirrors versus 3 veils. This veils. Mirrors, mirrors. This one gives 3 mirrors. And no mirrors on these other fellows. This one's 2 mirrors. Okay, we actually got a decent amount of mirrors there. So now we're up to 74% chance. I mean, I guess we'll try it out. Hopefully we won't gain too much terror. We're searching for the secret places of Dahoot. presuming this will raise our clarity if it succeeds. You've heard voices. Yeah, we did this. Okay. Oh, we failed. Need one terror. It leads down, but it's hard to see where it goes. There are plaques to past drownings, but the words do not hold their meaning from one moment to the next. There's a gate of latticed iron tinged with rust. Beyond the gate, the water is murky and dim. We're up to 5 enthrallment. So it's easy to get the port report now. It's a 100% chance. We can get rid of our enthrallment here with the white molly flower. And we can't do these options anymore because something awaits. It still says we can do it. Let's get the port report since we can do this here. The City of Peace. We lost 1 clarity for doing this. You describe the cathedral, its buttresses, and its smooth-faced saints. You sketch the seaweed gardens and the fish that grazes on them. You mention the clothing of the drownies that live in the vicinity, clinging at the torso, swirling below the waist, regardless of whether the wearer is male or female. You write down the lyrics of a few of their songs. We lost clarity. Well, that's not great. This one's up to 81%. Guess we'll try that again. Succeeded and gained clarity and enthrallment. There are human voices sometimes, and even if you can't see the people speaking, there are footmarks on the ground and disturbed seaweed on the stones that must have been churned up by an unaccustomed swimmer. The drownings are in their element here. They do not leave such marks. Except a place at the meal. Search for the places. Unlocked with enthrallment 1. You have 7. Okay, let's go ahead and try this again now. Okay, again we gained enthrallment. We gained 5 clarity. Wow. This is a different description. The staircase under the cathedral. Stand at the bottom of the stairs and listen to the crypt gate. You hear sounds that do not come from the dead. At one moment they sound like songs, at the next like tears, and then after like that like meditation. Some rattle their bars, but most do not. Where would one rather be imprisoned than here in Dahoot? I don't know. Where would that be? So now we have 6 clarity. So now it's easier to do the Blumingans. We could let these guys in now. We also opened up the option to investigate the crypt of the Great Cathedral. Unlocked when you are seeking a prisoner of Dahoot no more than 0. Rack begins this story, and Dahoot continues it. Okay. Let's go ahead and introduce a Bloomington just to see what happens. Surely it would thrive in these fertile gardens. At first the whole island looks hospitable, but if you look more sharply you can see where the rock is stripped bare and where the fish consume every fragment that drifts in from above. Only a few spots are proper homes for your Bloomington. You set it in its place. It is truly bright and sets off the false color of the drowning blossoms and the drowning fish. The flowers that grow here natively are red and gold and orchid purple, but they fade to drab if you look at them from the center of your eye. Okay, so we succeeded. We propagated the Bloomington and we lost enthrallment. Okay. So we could accept a place at the meal. We could reduce enthrallment and clarity. I think we want to try this. Investigate the crypt of the Great Cathedral. Not a great chance of success, but it does seem like the most interesting option. Yeah, it's going to give you plus enthrallment and plus clarity if you succeed, according to my notes. There's also goodbyes. This will end your stay with an unambitiously with a small reward. Okay. This one's just random. Could go either way. I'm saving this in case we need to get rid of our enthrallment. Not exactly sure. And what does the meal one do? Accept a place at the meal. Just gives you... oh, it reduces your terror. But it gives you enthrallment. We do need to reduce our terror, but... okay, let's go ahead and investigate. We already got our mirrors up besides then go for now. I guess we could use secrets to raise our mirrors. We're trying to use our secrets to raise our pages and probably pages. Because honestly, to do like the mission for the doctor takes pages, and there's another person that we need high pages for as well. This one here. The tireless mechanic also needs high pages. So I think we're not going to raise our mirrors with our secrets. Alright, well, let's see what happens. Can you see another prisoner within? Succeeded. Attend closely. Through a window in the stone, you see only an empty cell, but twice a day a drowny goes into the crypt with a basket of ordinary bread. Twice a day a drowny comes out with a slop bucket. Gain enthrallment and gain clarity. So I presume there's another option now. We can attend the festival. There will be a chance to turn back. Could stay. Okay, we haven't done any of that. Okay, so I guess we can see where this goes. Unlocks when you have 15 enthrallment. Beside the cathedral is a green field, and on the field are dancers and ribbons, and cakes with whole fruits baked inside. Okay, yeah, I don't see any other options we can do here. So let's go ahead and consider this. There will be a chance to turn back out if you do not care for the ritual. Okay. A memory of the surface. Everything is washed in light, though there is no sun. The air water tastes like strawberries. The dancers are all around you. The pipes and the drum desire you to sing. And coming towards you are three especially tall and lithe drownies. They are carrying trophies and a crown of ivy and white berries and a witty poem in your honor. We can wake, can crush the little white flower offers its potency. We're at the Dahut Midsummer Festival. The shadow of the cathedral spire moves across the grass, but slowly, cast by no particular sun. When it gets to one edge of the grass, it stops and swoops to the other way. So we can linger for a chance to reduce terror and grant an unusual reward. Why would you desire anything else? Here it is summer. Okay, we'll try this, I guess. Success. Understanding. You see the long midsummer afternoon and the people celebrating. You see the deep sea and the drifting dead. If you listen, you can hear the songs of both at once. They do not harmonize, they produce some third song between them. So we lost all of our clarity, all of our enthrallment, lost 20 terror, and got a drowny song and counterpoint, as well as 100 fragments. Okay, I guess that was a good result. I mean, nothing bad happened, so that's good. Oh, you can buy captivating. Oh, you can buy treasure here for 11 sapphires. That's actually really interesting. Could sell some gravel in here. Oh, this is really interesting. Although 11 sapphires is essentially 1,000, right? Because you can buy the sapphires in Port Cornelian for 86. So 86 times 11. 946. And then if you bought a captivating treasure straight up from, well, they're worth 1,000 to the alarming scholar. So that's a modest profit of 44 echoes. But as far as buying more of them, you can buy them for. No, it's not. Can't buy them there. The curator can give you one. Okay, so you can buy them for 1,500. So they're essentially worth. You can buy them for 1,500 and you can sell them for 1,000. Did I say I was holding? Oh, I was holding these to sell in. Shellinate. But this is, I think, worth more. I have 11, right? I have exactly 11? I have exactly 11. Yeah, interesting. I don't know if I planned that out exactly, but okay, I'll take it. Oh, fuel's only 10 here. Holy crap, yeah, I really should have bought the fuel here. Supplies are only 19, I mean, drowning pearls are only... Didn't we need drowning pearls for something? I'm gonna go up to an even 15. I think I need 20 of them up in the Khanate. Didn't I write that down somewhere? The Khanate. Yeah, up here. 50. Oh, I need 15 drowning pearls. Okay, well I bought 20, so 20 is enough to have 15, I suppose. Okay, we still have some cargo space. So we could buy some more of this cheap fuel. Could buy some more cheap supplies. It's just really good price for fuel and supplies and drowning pearls. We're losing money, but again, that's how you play this game. Okay, so we got the drowny song encounter. We've seen a number of things that involve these drowny songs. I don't know which one we'll end up using it for. Counterpoint. In Iraq, there's an escaped composer who traded for 2 supplies and 1 fuel. We probably won't be doing that with it. This is what we just did. We got the Midsummer Festival to get the Drowning Song counterpoint. If we had woken, we would have got an extraordinary implication, secrets, and terror. Okay, well, I'm glad we didn't do that option. So in Anth, there was an option to present a sound counterpoint. Okay, well, there's not a ton of things to do with it, but there's a few things in our notes that we might be able to do with it. Let's go ahead and put our officers and stuff back in place the way we normally have them. This actually looks fine. Oh, the cook, I guess. We usually have the other cook up there. This guy gives you 8 stats. This guy essentially gives you 9 stats. We don't usually have this engineer as well. We usually have the lady who gives you engine power. Yeah, it's a really good place to buy fuel and supplies and pearls and stuff. Okay. Something over here. Some fuel or something. Oh, we got rid of some of our terror. That was good. We're down to 51. It's a lot better than 75 or whatever we were at before. Although I still hear skittering. Oh yeah, there's the skittering dude down there. Even with this amount of terror, it's still popped up. Okay, Godfall. We brought a bunch of candles to deal with Godfall, so let's go do that. I'm not sure why we're getting like that. This music implies like high terror. Terror's not that high. It's only 52 now. Maybe it's just the Godfall music. Maybe it's just the music in Godfall. But yeah, I usually associate this kind of music with like having high terror. Which we don't have, so I'm not sure why it's so dramatic here. Awaiting something awaits. Okay, so we brought a bunch of candles to do stuff here. We might have brought wine at one point too, but we ended up using it for other stuff. Alright, let's go ahead and try this. Let's explore the Shattered Citadel. We brought 15 candles and able to do this. Below, do you want to change any of our stats before we go in? I think our stats are. I guess we could equip one of the. So do we have anything that about? Does the Godfall notes have anything about which stat would be best to have? No, not really. Let's equip the one that gives hearts, maybe. I feel like hearts might have something to do with going into the darkness. So which one of these gives hearts? Pages, veils, mirrors, iron. Wait, is there not one that gives hearts? Here it is, the Shrine to Stone. Before the stalactite was a monastery. That's this thing that fell from the roof that they built their town on, Godfall. Before it ever fell from the roof, it was a citadel. The fall shattered it and killed all of its occupants. Probably. Why don't you take a look? Well, why don't we take a look? Through the cellars. The monks have blocked the tunnels into the citadel. The starved men lived here, one says vaguely. They're all dead, of course, but you still wouldn't want to meet them. Still, there's a gap in the cellar wall that they keep meaning to fix. We're at the edge of the citadel. Exploring the shattered citadel. All beneath is dark. The citadel is dark as only a once bright place can be. It hung up there among the false stars, drowned in azure light for how long? Now it's here. So are you. Very bad things will happen if you run out of candles. Okay, so we actually should have had our mirrors up, but these are all 100% anyway. Looks like we're gonna go deeper. I don't know why we'd research our... Oh, that's locked, never mind. The citadel lies on its side. All its halls and tunnels tilt crazily. Edge your way through, like an ant through a broken puzzle box. Onwards! Silence, silence. You are in the second tangle of tunnels. You have found your way deeper into the citadel. Fight off winged things. It's as if the walls shed its skin. Suddenly they're on you, everywhere. The air roars. They fill your mouth, eyes, and nose. We can fight them off easily. Press on through. Forge on. Your bosun grasps your shoulder. Each sailor grasps the next. Bow your heads and push forward. Alright, we'll continue to go deeper. These look like the same descriptions. Different little picture here though, isn't it? Find your way deeper into the citadel. Fight off more winged things. Continue to pass through. Continue to go deeper. Search the church of the starved men, or let the nacreous outcast approach the altar. I suppose we'll do this first. Okay, he burbles. His frondules tremble. It's hard to read this guy's text because he like talks in like gibberish. Immatorish, the outcast burbles. They stole our Akshile arch. They fought. They would be ush. It shakes with rage or laughter and collapses before the altar. Still, the change remainish. The change remainish. So this probably involved how he became able to talk, maybe? It's the longest speech you've ever heard from it. It remains motionless in prayer while you search. An inscription on the altar reads, "So are we shaped. The stonecraft is perfect, but the spelling seems eccentric. Two stone knives rest on its surface, along with a chunk of flint that might be a knife, a tool, or simply a lump of rock. Three human skulls wait in a niche at the back. Two have warped and lengthened jaws. A third has slumped and run like a melted candle, and although it feels as solid as any bone to the touch. What now? You could press on, but going will get you harder from here, or you could turn back with your treasures. Gain oh wow, 3 secrets, 2 exotic artifacts, 3 mental relics, 1 bag is Elith. That's pretty nice. Well, we still have 12 candles, so let's go ahead and continue going deeper. Fight off a frenzied assault. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. A rabble of leathery mummy things, mouths agape, come boiling from crevices. Crooked limbs reach for you. We can fight them through. Push through. They're tenacious, these leather remnants, but not strong. Some force has distorted remnants of women and men into ragged, furious mannequins. They still breathe. They still ate. Bat blood runs from the mouth of this one before you take off its head with a swing of your cutlass. Then they're behind you, their roars of incredulous rage fading. Continue to go deeper. We're at the 6th tangle of tunnels. We're up to a Veils challenge. Lost in amber. A spherical room. The ceiling drips honey. The walls and floor are glazed with warm orange yellow. It gives under your touch, slowly, but when you try to pull your hand free, it takes all your strength. Tables and chairs project through the yard, thick amber on the floor, enough to cross, perhaps. Succeeded. A safe crossing. You each step cautiously from chair to table to bench. Thankfully, the amber's grasp keeps the furniture from swaying too much. As you reach the far side, a careless crewman stumbles and the chair swings sideways with a clotted splorch sound, but you've made it across. Okay. A spherical room. Interesting. Tables and chairs project through the yard, thick amber on the floor. So we like walked across the tables and chairs, I guess is what happened. Alright, well, continue to go deeper. We are at the 7th tangle of tunnels. Fight off another frenzied assault of leathery mummy things. We did that already. At the Citadel's root now, with 8 candles still. Dreams wait. The Gate of Forms. Here in the floor, because of the stalactite's fall, is a gate of glittering chalcedony, half lost beneath rubble, but thick enough to resist the most determined assault. Its surface is a relief of twisted limbs, distorted faces, screaming in glee, carved, molded, impossibly natural. A pit at its center might be a key socket, or only a mouth. Luckily, we got some ambiguous elas from the shrine that we got earlier. So let's go ahead and enter the Gate of Forms. Making an entrance. Perhaps once the gate was finally counterbalanced. Perhaps once hidden machineries would have roared at the touch of the Eolith, and the gate would have swung open like oiled glass. Now, the Eolith only triggers the unlocking mechanism. It takes 3 sailors with crowbars to move the rubble and force the door open. Down open, so that when you break it free, it collapses inwards with an echoing crash. Climb through the gap into a space that roars with the wind. You have entered the Citadel's root. What's down here? The Root Gallery. You've traversed half the length of the stalactite called Gonfall from the monastery to here. The starved men cut a tremendous gallery around the whole root of the stalactite, leaving a vast central pillar to support its weight. In its day, the view must have been unrivaled. Remnants of the salvaged glass and wood eating houses, viewing booths, and site temples still cling to the edges. But the root has been shattered and the stalactite fell. Go a little closer, clamber carefully across the tilted surface of the gallery floor towards the shattered stump of the root. So this thing used to hang from the ceiling, and they had like a viewing room here where they would eat and gaze upon the Z from up above. No longer, though. Looks like some good stuff's about to happen here. A dozen corpses, decades dry, lie at the stalagmite's root. You think there was a barricade here, but the fall has smashed it, and the remnants have fallen into the sea. Were they defending the route? Gunner Atkins squints at the scorched and shattered rock and nods wisely. Gunpowder, he opines. Blew it up themselves. Killed the whole city. Starved men, eh? Atlas heard they fight each other, mad as toads. In the immemorial tradition of subterranean adventurers, you search the corpses. That's nice. Well, it's not like they've been buried. Their bones and the limbs of their faces are blurred and twisted like melted wax. You find trinkets, disgusting remnant chunks, and oh good God, yes, that's worth a bit, worth a lot. Best not to let your men see it. Nothing else remains here. Signal your ship with flares and she'll approach. You can scramble down and drop into the Z to be retrieved. Much safer than the tunnels of Godfall. A thing has happened. Gained a captivating treasure, 2 secrets, 7 lamentable relics, and 1 eyeless skull. Ooh. Thick plates of bone have developed over the orbits, as if to hide or protect them. They are smooth and cold to the touch. Irigo, light glimmers in the line of the jaw. Okay, that must be the Irigo item. Irigo. That must be this. The eyeless skull in the root of Godfall. Okay, so we got that, I think. I'm assuming. We actually have the violent stuff too as well. We just don't have a Apocean and Cosmogone. The fecund, the footed, the fungal, the color of remembered suns. Alright, back to Godfall. Is that an item in our hold that we just got? That thing? That colored object? We have 2 pots of islanding. Yeah, we ended up with 1 more than we needed. We have a lot of things in general, but trying to find if that thing we just got was something we could inspect. Yeah, I don't know. So like I said, we have a lot of things, so it's hard to, unless I know what we're looking for, it's hard to find the things again. It's hard to find new things unless I know what they look like. It was the thing that was colored a year ago. That was the thing that we just got. Oh well, I'm sure it's in our holds. I'm sure it's in our hold somewhere, unless it shows up with one of these items in the journal. But most of the time they don't show up in there. Nothing in here about Godfall. Okay, well I mean we did what we came to do. We went into the Shattered Citadel. It won't find much interest unless you have a reason to go back, it says. Still have 8 candles. It didn't take all. We can put up one of our Blemmingans ashore here. How will a Blemmingan deal with all the wine, blood, and shouting? A flash of violet. It's gone. Up the dripstone flank of the stalactite into a tiny tunnel. Okay. I suppose that we're done here unless we want to do the of blood option, which I don't think we want to do. It just converts your. So I think that we're done with Godfall. It just converts your hunting trophy into Z stories, which we might end up doing at some point, but for now we'll just keep, it's our last hunting trophy, so we'll hold on to it for now. Okay, up to Nook. Just making progress here, one step at a time. This is where we're deleting the letter, so we can get rid of this stupid thing. I don't know if it's stupid, but we can get rid of this thing that's on our head at least. I forgot to re-equip all the different things that I had equipped. It's okay for now, I suppose. You are being watched. Nook. Oh no, I don't want to go into these stupid currents. Oh god, don't go in the current. Just get me around it. Stupid currents. They just annoy me. They slow you down quite a bit. Okay. Oh, we need wine to get in here. Good thing we brought some wine. You have the measure of the place now. It takes a liberal ingestion of wine before a visit increases your tolerance for Nook water. The beast quivers with distaste as you trespass. We've been in here before. I'm not going to read everything. Alright, here's the recipient of the almost dead man's letter. It's a low-risk challenge, though. Could release a Blemmingan. Could attempt to mingle with the Nook. We'll do this first. Where would you find this etched tooth house? Success. A man lost in freedom. A complex exchange of hand signals suggests you should swim up. Latitudinarian's home can be found in the Great Maw. Okay. So let's go ahead and swim up. Are we in the Great Maw? We're in the Great Maw, right? Here's the Edge-Tooth House. Here we go. A flinty latitudinarian keeps its upper cavities filled with compressed air, allowing a number of activities impossible. That's who we're trying to do, right? I think it's this person. Let's see. Yeah, we swim upside into the chambers of edgy air. Yeah, here we go. The flinty latitudinarian delivered the almost dead man's letter. The flinty latitudinarian takes it suspiciously. He reads slowly. Correspondence is unknown in Nook. When he finishes, he reads it again. Fool, he says. His voice is rough and fond. Tell Lorenzo that Rosina makes her own choices, and tell him that the route was never his damn fault. I took the decision to charge the gate. I missed the height in his approach. He blames himself for too much, and I'll be damned if he's taking this one from me. It's my fault, and I mean to be buried with it. Tell him he can get his own failures. And tell him, no, never mind, too late. Too bloody late. Excuse me. Just gonna drink of water. He delivered a wronged comrade's retribution. Gained a memory of Nook, a secret, strategic information. I've delivered his letter. Okay. What should we do with the rest of our tolerance? And where are we in again? This is Nook. We haven't done much in Nook. So you can buy Stygian ivory here. So we finish this, so we can return to the Undercrow next time. You can sacrifice memories of Nook in Igel. We're just in Igel. Reduces your taste of freedom. So we went up to the Etched House. We're there right now. We haven't investigated the Tooth Miners, although I don't see any option to do that here. Gazing gives you minus to their tolerance. So just waste your time, basically. Okay, so I guess we gotta swim back down then. So we can mingle with the Nook folk. What does that do? It gives you tastes of freedom. We can compile a port report. I suppose we can always do this once. There's one law here, the law of survival. Let's get the port report just so we have it. We've done this before, but I can release a Blemmingen, may as well do that. Go, little mushroom, be free. A place to thrive. The Blemmingen adapts to the water before it has even left the submarine's airlock. It bubbles contentedly and sinks deep down into the depths where the meat is fresher and the light is low. It gained 2 taste of freedom. It can leave a bitter aftertaste. I'm not clear if you want to be gaining or losing taste of freedom. This goes up though. I guess the more freedom you have, the more chance you can take from the weak. Return to the submarine or swim down to the abyss. And the abyss, you can trade solace fruits for nodules. I don't think I have any solace fruit left. I think I used all that I had for this run. We could sample some Nookweed with our hunting trophy. It would gain us 5 terror and a memory of Nook. And -1 tolerance, +2 freedom, 5 picks memories and shore than a tree can exhibit. We could rest, get more memories of Nook. Accept a Scambless invitation. We do still have our something awaits quality. More memories of Nook, taste of freedom, and phosphorescent nodules. What are the nodules for? I feel like we've done too many things. We don't have time to go all the way down to the writhing gullet, I don't think. It's a Veils challenge. It can give you drowning pearls and Z stories. Do I have what take from the weak option does? I don't have it written down. Take from the weak. So return to Igel to suppress memories. Just updating my notes here around what we've discovered. Turn to Igel to suppress memories. So memories are bad? I don't know. Let's go ahead and swim downwards, I suppose. Or wait, the mingle option was what again? Sorry, mingle was just tolerance and taste of freedom. Let's swim downwards. So we don't have any solid fruit. We do have one. Oh, it's not a hunting trophy. That's. We could accept the scandalous invitation. I don't think we've done it on this character. Or we could swim down to the bilious cleft. Search for nodules. Let's try this. Two Nook folk languorously entangled swim past, their fingers twine in the water, their arms stray over their bare skin. One smiles at you and beckons. Unlocked with Nook, the current of Nook is the maw opens wide, awaiting prey. You have this. Actually, let's go down to the bilious cleft. I mean, we have to swim back up anyway to get out of here. We can always do this on the way up. Okay, so we can search for nodules. This increases as you do more in Nook, but the more you do in Nook, the more it will change you. You can trade your memories of Nook for phosphorescent nodules. Or you can go down to the rising gut. What are phosphorescent nodules? I don't even know. I don't even know what these are. Few Nook folk swim this deep, where the water is foggier than a London pea souper. Foul gas bubbles up from the beast's gut, acidic enough to sting your eyes. The Nook folk use them for light and guard them closely. Whenever they drop them, though, the nodules sink down, glowing between the teeth. And the search option gave you what again? It gave you nodules. Trade 5 memory of Nook. Oh, you have to have 5 memories of Nook to do this one. We can gain a memory of Nook if we go down and succeed a Veils challenge. Let's do this once. Search for phosphorescent nodules. So we've gained 4. We now have 5. Okay, so we had 1 before. We lost tolerance and gained 1 taste of freedom. You harvest a handful of nodules. If you mean to venture deeper in the gullet where they're only dark. Okay, so you need these to go down into the gullet. I see. Okay. I guess let's go down to see what the options are when you go down here. Okay, this will require an increasing number of modules. You may encounter different things on different trips, but you can only collect 1 treasure per dive. You may gain a wound. Looks like you can gain wounds here. Unlocked when Nook, the depths of maw is no more than 7, you have 1. Unlocked when you have tolerance and no. I'm a little worried about gaining more wounds. I don't like to have 2 wounds, because then a 3rd wound could just end the game out of nowhere. Okay, so the notes here is like you have to bring not phosphorescent nodules to explore deeper. We have 5 of them. It's required an increasing number. It only costs 1 right now. The writhing gullet. You swim through a foul labyrinth of passages and intestines. Your eyes sting with every stroke. The water grows ever more bilious. We only have 1 tolerance. It's going to take us 1, 2, 3 to get back up. Maybe we'll try this when we don't have 1 wound already. Maybe next time we come back here we'll try this. Yeah, next time we come back here we'll try this. So let's just get some more nodules here. We can try this scandalous invitation. Gain a memory, lost 5 terra, that's always nice. Gain another nodule. 2 lovers lead you to a tooth the size of London manors, riddled with caverns generated by lambent modules. In each cavern, lovers seethe. I think we did this before. I think we had a little acquaintance with these folks before, I believe. I think that's where we got I think that's where we got our first Nook memory. Okay, well, we've left Nook apparently. I guess that whatever we just did left Nook. I don't need fuel. This is a good place to buy ivory, but we're not currently looking to buy a bunch of ivory. We're not selling our mirror catch box. Eventually we're going to need to buy 40 ivory, but that's after we've helped the one dude escape from the prison here in Wisdom. Okay, so What do we want to do next? Our terror did go down. Let's go ahead and pause for a second. Down to 48. Got plenty of fuel and supplies. No reason to go back to London yet. Still have sailors. Oh, we should actually we should equip our clay item here. But yeah, as far as exactly what we want to do next, so I was going to bring fuel to Hideaway. That was one thing I was going to do. Let's take a look at our notes here of things we're trying to do in the current game. Bring fiber management. We don't have any of those yet. We could go to the Khanate and try to use our drowning pearls in the Khanate. That's something we could do. Okay. We could go to Frostfound, although I'm still trying to raise our stats up a bit before we go back in there again. Can't do the wisdom thing yet. We're hunting the pirate poet next time we go back to London. Frostfound. Clarier wants to go to Khan's Shadow. Maybe we'll go to Khan's Shadow, and then we'll go to Khan's Glory and trade in our drowning pearls. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, we could go to Nuncio to Khan's Shadow. We do want to head back to Hideaway, but if I just go directly back there, we're just going to go across the same place that we already went through. In a sense, we'll be wasting some of our. I don't think we need to go to the Pigment Isle for any particular reason. That place is pretty much. It was a battle between the rats and the guinea pigs. We helped the rats, but then we couldn't really stabilize their civilization. I think Visage, at the end of the day, we helped Visage take control of Pigment Isle. I would like to stop back there at some point just to check out what the current state of things are, but I'm not going to prioritize going that direction. I think the story there is basically done. Like there's different things you can do. I think you can probably try to stabilize their civilization either with the brats in control or the guinea pigs in control, or if you were good enough, you could have brokered a peace between them. Unfortunately, we didn't do any of those three things. We ended up helping them get taken over by Visage, which I guess is good for Visage. I don't know if it's good for the rats. Okay, is there anything to do here? We've done a lot of things here. We descended into the basement. Concede Blemmingtons on the rocks. Can collect dead letters. Oh, there's one that's meowing. We might be able to get a cat out of it, although we already have a cat, right? Yeah, we already have a cat in our whole... Let's look at what some of these options might do. Nuncio. We were told to bring 5 candles and a flare. Maybe I already did that though. So if we do the option to make a study of the back room, it gives you a snippet. If we lay claim to a parcel. Oh, this was the descend into the basement with flame. Okay, so we already did the descend into the basement with flame option on this character. Okay, so do we want to lay claim to a parcel that clinks, possibly bottles of something, or do we want to pick up the one on the beach? Yeah, let's do the one that's meowing, I suppose. Extraordinary, there aren't even any air holes. Oh, gained terror. Ow. The parcel's contents are not at all pleased to make your acquaintance. A yellow glare, a flash of claws. I will make a note of this so we don't do this again on accident. Rescue a parcel that won't stop meowing. +5 terror. A yellow glare, a flash of claws, and a distinctive odor. Then the horrible animal is out of sight. You'd like to believe it will come to regret mauling you, but alas, it's likely to regard this rat-infested island as paradise. Uh-oh. Your left cheek will never be the same. We have unleashed a cat onto an island populated by rats. That's probably not good for the rats. This doesn't do anything, right? Yeah, these are all just like dialogue options. Do we want to introduce a Blemmingen here? Perhaps they'll see something in the environment appealing. We only have one left. Do I want to use my last one here? I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Rapid rewriting. The seed propagates alarmingly fast here. Within a few minutes, there are Blumminkins scrambling in between the bits of shale and over the faces of scattered correspondents on the shore. The digest stamps addresses sealing wax. Where their tentacles pass over an envelope, they leave behind new replacement directions, deliverable directions. But who knows whether the new addresses are better than the old ones. We now have deliverable post. Well, that's a new thing. I don't think we've ever had deliverable post before. Feed your deliverable letters into the sorting machine. Wouldn't it be interesting to see how the machine handled it? Badly. Uh-oh. The letters go into the hopper, but then there is a horrible churning and a loud thunk, and the whole thing comes to a halt. A single letter, mangled out of recognition, protrudes from the output slot. The pollster rat is tearing at his fur. Wax brain, clay skull, what have you done? There's a great deal more commentary on your wits and parentage during the long hours of repair. The letters themselves are so damaged that they can't be read anymore. Dead again, in short. Okay, well. We have lost friendship. Sorry. We can converse with the postal rat. Why doesn't it make a machine like the one back in London? Perhaps a few letters in the first place. I think we did this before. That's not permitted at all. His voice is bitter, but he twists a coil so hard that it springs sideways out of the machine and pings off your shoe. Okay. Get rid of all of our dead post. None of these options have changed. Maybe we'll bring one dead post with us just in case there's like some random option somewhere else in the world having dead post does something with. Okay, yeah, that place is always a little weird. Let's make sure we get removed from our notes that we don't, because we don't need to go back to Nuncio for any particular reason. Let's delete that. We already did this. We don't do that anymore. Okay, Con Shadow and then Con's Glory / Heart. That's where we're going next. The Clattery Air wants to go to Con's Shadow. We're chasing her boat, or her mother's boat, I believe. The Clattery... I think it was just called the Clattery Heart, right? That was the name of the boat that her mother had been sailing. I think it was her mother, not her father. We kill this rat barge, I suppose. The rats don't really care if we kill them. We've sunk a number of these rat barges in the past. I missed? Oops, I fired like a second. Oh, I didn't miss. Never mind. I was gonna say, like, did I fire like a second too early or something? But no. Sorry, rats. We are looting and scuttling you. Got a firkin of honey? Sure, why not? Why not? But yeah, we're trying to find her mother's boat. They said it might be tied up in the tangle of boats here at Con Shadow. So let's go and take a look. Seek the Clattery Heart among the abandoned holes. Well, let's get our mirrors up. Mirrors, mirrors, mirrors on the wall. Who gives me the most mirrors of you all? This guy? Mirrors. Excuse me. None of the doctors give mirrors. 2 mirrors. A modest challenge, 69%. If she is here, the Clattery Air will recognize her. Ah, we failed. In terror and future investigations will be easier. Start over. The shipwrights are watching you. Everyone here seems unduly fascinated by your presence. You've only walked a quarter of the docks when the Clattery Air takes your elbow. The place is too dim. I can't be certain of the shapes of the hold. She might be here without me seeing her. From the deck of the closest ship, someone spits something at your feet. It's actually, what is it? A chunk of tongue, the Clattery Air says, giving it a poke with a toe of her boot. To say they don't care to speak with us. Let's go. Go where? We just try again, I guess? Oh, we succeeded. The Clattery Air walks the docks, watching the holes and the outlines of the ship. She moves slowly so that she doesn't appear too eager. We won't find her here, the heir says. I don't expect to. I don't believe in clinging to specific hopes and expectations of that kind. It's just that sort of obsession that ruins lives, just the kind of thing I'm always having to repair. You don't find the ship, though you walk the docks 3 times over. Doesn't matter, says the Clitter heir. I don't mind. But surely there's more you can do? Question mark. Ask among the shipwrights. If stories are true, they must at least remember her. On to Frostfound. Oh, she wants to go to Frostfound too. Everyone, like literally everyone wants to go to Frostfound now. Alright. Go to Frostfound. Not literally everyone, but like at least 3 of our officers want to go to Frostbound now. She made the other ships restless, says the Kaganian shipwright. In the end, we had to repair her enough to let her go. She turned north with the last of her crew that still lived on her. She sailed too close by Frostbound and the ice swallowed her. At least that's the story that came back to us. Okay. Actually, I wouldn't mind trading our hunting trophy for 4 watchful curios, but yeah, we're going to do that. We've done that before. I don't think we need a creative human souls. We could buy another empty box, although we need money more than an empty box at this point, I believe. We could sell our mirror catch box full of angry dream snakes here for 500. I think we might actually do this. We haven't seen any other use for this dream snake thing. We can always make more of them if we need to. Dream snake. Snake. We already traded one to the curator as a color. Yeah, I don't have anything else in my notes for these, so let's go ahead and sell the one that we have. We're trying to make money after all. Could sell our treasures here for 1,000, but we're gonna pass these on to our heir if we can. Okay, going to Khan's Glory. We need to go to Khan's Glory first, because we want to go there first and then go to Khan's Heart after we've lowered our suspicion. I don't know if we have enough Drowning Pearls or what we can actually get done up there, but try using these Drowning Pearls to see if we can lower our Kaganian suspicion at all. I don't know if we have enough, but we will try. I also brought some coffee here one time. I don't know if I have any coffee in my hold right now, unfortunately. Or we used one recently anyway, so even if we had the exact amount, we don't anymore. Something awaits. Something awaits. Alright, so we have Drowning Pearls. We don't have coffee. Let's go ahead and do this. Gain 1 favor. Yes. Gain 2 favor. What we want to do is plead our case to reduce suspicion, right? We could also offer strategic information. We don't have any reason to use this anymore. Treason is such an old-fashioned word. What does this? I don't know if I've ever done this before. Search for glory. Yeah, I've never done this in any of my playthroughs. Let's see what this does. The Admiral's not there anymore. We can't do anything else with our strategic information. Takes, acquires 3x favors, time in. Let's see what this does. An audience with the white in the white chamber. So you lose your Admiralty's favors, and you gain Timon's favors. So it's plus 50 echo, minus 2 Admiralty favor, plus 2 Timon favor. Plus we lost the -1 strategic information, but I mean that's implied in the sense that that's what it cost. Let's read the description of what that is. Let's see. Oops, I can't type for some reason. An audience in the White Chamber. In the glow of a single filament bulb, a masked functionary takes down your information. She asks careful, pointed questions. Finally, she nods. The timing will show you their gratitude. She points at the drawer on your side of the desk. You open to find a bag of London coinage. She doesn't bid you goodbye. You have the impression she doesn't particularly like traders, even useful ones. Okay. So we could ask, I think this basically trades time in favor for Leopard's condescension. But this is what we want to do anyway. We want to lower suspicion. We already got access to the Nephrite quarter, so let's go ahead and do... Should we do this again to get even 2 more? Let's see how much suspicion this lowers first, because it says that it's only going to take 3. Although we can't do anything with the strategic information anymore. We could just trade it here, I suppose, but... let's try this first. Plead your case with the Taimen. The Taimen clan have long controlled the White and Golds, the loyalty service who watch the Kaganians and foreigners alike. If they're convinced your intentions are good, they may be lenient. Oh, we lost 2 suspicion. We need to get down to like 10, though. The mass functionaries hear your request. They confer briefly. One of them marks the paper in front of him. They wait for you to leave. Okay. Okay. Well, let's trade some more drowning pearls. And let's offer our information. And then let's plead our case again. Down to 10. Oh, we lost 3 favors that time. I think 10 is enough to go in the Nephrite quarter. Although we may as well just trade. I might want to save our last 5 drowning pearls for something else. I'm not going to cruise past the clan gates. Pretty much anything you do here that doesn't say it's going to lower suspicion ends up raising it. Okay, so now can we go into the Nephrite quarter finally? At long last? Save again the Nephrite quarter. I don't even know if there's anything we care about in there. My captain himself was interested. So I thought it was worth doing. Again, I think I probably have in my notes from a previous playthrough what you can buy in the Nephrite quarter, but it's more of the principle of the thing that this captain really wanted to get in there and see what they have for sale. Alright, the Nephrite quarter. What have we... Oh, wait, what? We have to go lower than 10? Oh, Christ. Okay, we need to lower it one more time. We can't, like, use our spy network to lower our suspicion, can we? I don't think we can. Sigh. I don't even think we have enough drowning pearls to do this again, do we? How much of the Taimen's favor do we have? Where's the Khanate? Not sure. Well, we'll see when we get there. I wanted to save a few drowning pearls just in case we had another use from it at some other location, but it doesn't look like that will be an option. We did a mission for this guy. Did he? No, nothing changed. In Godfall, we had helped him do something at the shrine there. Don't remember exactly what we did, but something. Although I now remember that we don't normally have him equipped. We normally have this guy equipped. We also don't normally have this person equipped either. Oops. Oh, what is this thing? Oh, here's the eyeless skull. It's a mascot. That's why I couldn't find it. Gives you veils, but reduces your mirrors. Okay. Well, if we need to do a veils challenge, can use that. But in case we're trying to get rid of it, this engineer. Trying to trade our drowning pearls for favor. Trying to reduce our suspicion one more time. Okay, now we're down to 6. Okay, surely now we can go in there. I thought it was 10, but you had to have less than 10, so we wasted a bunch of fuel and supplies just going back and forth here. But now that we've done it, now we'll truly be able to see the majesty that is the Nephrite quarter in all its untold glory. Alright, what's the payoff for all this nonsense? Buy fuel, supplies, candles. Can sell meteor salt. Oh, that's right, we need to buy romantic literature. That's the whole point of doing all this. Okay, now I remember. Okay, how much romantic literature do we need? Romantic. Okay, we need 5 for the adventurous, so buy 5. We need 3 for Rosegate. Okay. That's the Adventurous. Can sell them for 22 somewhere else. That's not really exciting. Gain 1 there. You can buy them. That's where we're at. Trade them there. Can use 1 in Anth. Buy 1 more. Okay. And we'll buy 1 more just to have 1 more. Alright, so that whole point of doing all this was to get access to Red Stallion Publishing. Scrolls, pamphlets, and books in a dozen languages. I actually hadn't remembered that, but... Oh, you can buy coffee here as well for only 40. You can trade coffee right up there. So you could buy it here. Well, you couldn't get access to this until you had already done the thing up there, so... I guess it's sort of a catch-22 as far as that goes. Okay, so where are we going next? Or do you want to stop here? Could be so a lot of people want to go to Frostbound, but again, I kind of want to... I guess we can stop there. I mean, some of the missions may not be like we have to go deep into Frostbound. Like some of our characters might have to go to the heart of Frostbound, but maybe some of them don't. So we may as well stop up there, I suppose. Just to see which of the character missions we have that we can actually do without going deep into Frostbound. I mean, we could try going to Frostbound. We certainly have raised our stats from where they were at before. Maybe I'll spend some secrets raising our pages. I kind of wanted to use 40 secrets to write our Song of the Z. We're up to 24. I'm guessing that writing the Song of the Z might give you some stats anyway when you do it. I don't know. It lets you retire your character if you want, but I don't think you have to retire your character right away after writing it. I'm not sure. At least to me, like reading the description of it, it didn't sound like it was going to force you to retire immediately. Okay, so there's the extract the Cluttery Heart option. There's show the squatters your navigator's sigil. Let's do this one first. We're going to need our mirrors to be as high as possible. Literally just unequipped our mirrors item. Oh, that's hearts. Oh, it's still equipped, that's why. It's like we literally just unequipped it, but like no, actually it's still equipped. This is minus mirrors. This guy is our plus mirrors engineer. And I think that was... this guy also gave us mirrors. Okay. Extract the Cluttery Heart. The Cluttery Heart leans over the deck rail. There, in the ice, the searchlight catches what might be a hole, or might be a very large gizzard. Success. Preparing an approach, the Cluttery Heir presents herself on deck. She carries a bag full of sharp blades and serrated blades, and short, strong blades, toothed blades like saws, long-handled shears, knives whose edges are invisible. She's ready to cut with glass, or with diamond, or with fire, as required. Bring it back to health. It is shocked, she says, and numb. It will need a cure. Give up cutting ice for now. There is still some ice between you and the Cluttery Heir. Who knows how much longer this would take. Cluttery Heir sliced away the great blocks of the frostbound ice and piled them onto a wall. Behind them, the shape of the Cluttery Heir is evident, but the whole flesh is blue with cold. Can we come back after we change our hearts? Let me see if there's another option. Perhaps some other time. Okay, so you have to do this, and then you have to do the hearts in sequence. Okay. Well, we don't have anything on that's like negative hearts, right? Okay, well, actually we do have one thing that's on this negative hearts. What if we change this officer, the engineer, to be... Okay, nobody that gives hearts, though. She gives hearts. This guy gives a lot of hearts. Okay, I think we'll try with this combination. Failed. Succeeded. 100% chance now. Bring it back to health. Implements of warmth. The Cluttery Heir builds a fire. She whistles an infuriatingly popular tune. She massages the whole flesh with brandy and piles otter pelt over its raw, frostbitten flanks. She speaks to it in the native tongue of the first city, a language cluttered with velar stops. In the 5th hour of these ritual, the heart begins to thrum again. It wants to be free of the ice. It wants to move. It wants to swim. South, says the air. Wait for us in Port Carnelian. Isn't safe to change ships here. The heart beats twice. Oh, you can take this as your ship. Oh, I like the sound of this. You could, because yeah, we want a better ship. Oh, we're definitely gonna do this next for sure. Clattery Air. Go to Port Carnelian to get a new ship. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, we definitely want to do that for sure. We always do this option here to get some fuel and stuff. Okay, so this is going to take a wound. If we do this, we're definitely going to want to go back to Rosina to cure our wounds, but I guess we can try it. I mean, it's this guy's mission, so I guess we'll do it. Show the squatters your navigator's sigil. A plucky researcher recognizes it. I know it well, I can show you, but the way isn't easy. I'll not take anyone frail. You'll need ropes, crampons, skins, tents, and I'll want paying, of course. My bushery is wearing rather thin. Almost never remembered. He didn't exaggerate. The ice is slick as an oiled mirror. You need pitons, and spiked boots to navigate the slopes, and a misplaced foot will send great chunks of it thundering into the thirsty sea. The air bites like a bound shark. Your face is numb, your fingers stiff, your throat raw. The climb takes you around a sheer white cliff, and the waters below swimming with shards of razored ice. At last, a frozen ledge. A vertical sheet of ice rises before you, reflective as a conjurer's glass. Engraved upon it is 20 feet high, is a navigator's sigil. Impressive, isn't it? The researcher says, dropping his pack. It's one of the old accords between Wither and Irem. It means almost never remembered. Your navigator approaches it warily. The sigil on his temple sparks with blue fire. He reaches out, his fingers touching those of his reflection in the ice, and his reflection lunges forward, whispering something in his ear. The navigator crumbles into the snow. Oh, the plucky researcher says. Damn. I'm going to have a devil of a time getting him back to the ship. You do, but you manage it. Back in the cozy cabin, you imbibe mulled rum. Will you ever be warm again? You've gained a wound. You have 2 wounds. You lost 5 supplies. Okay, so I have to speak to him to learn what happened. We have to have something awaits, and a doctor aboard. Okay, well we don't have something awaits at the moment. We really need to go over to Anth to get rid of our wounds now, because we're at the dangerous amount of wounds, which we don't want to be at. So let's sail to Anth. Shall we? It's not too far away, it's over there. We can stop by the Chapel of Lights, although... Or the Shepherd Isles. I don't think there's anything we want to do in the Shepherd Isles, is there? Herd. You can get some strategic information. See if we can get long boxes for hunting trophies. Yeah, I don't know. Neither of these seems like particularly interesting to go to. Either the Chapel Lights or Anth. I guess we can stop by the Chapel Lights since it's a little bit closer along the way. Okay, yeah, maybe we'll go to Anth. Maybe we'll hopefully we can cure one of our wounds there. I forget exactly what she takes to cure wounds. I think it might be supplies. I have 9. We can buy supplies there, so either way. Yeah, maybe we'll end it there, and then next session we will sail all the way down to Port Cornelia and get the other boat, the Clattery Heart. That'd be a nice. That'd be a nice find. I thought we were gonna have to spend 11,000 to buy the boat in London, but maybe if this boat is just as good or even better, then we can. Oh, there's Mount Nomad. Not gonna mess with Mount Nomad. It's one of the harder. It's one of the gods of the seas. Not something you want to mess with unless you are very well equipped. I think that's. If I remember correctly, that's what you fired the doomed monster hunters at, like the big gods of the sea. If you're trying to fight them, you need the cannon that fires doomed monster hunters, and I think that's who you fire them at. So you can get rid of your hunger here. You can reject your cannibalism. I think this just gets rid of hunger. It doesn't do anything else. Yeah. Don't have any ambiguous. We don't have 3 ambiguous elis. We're not going to attend to service at the chapel. Okay. Yeah, nothing much to do here. I just wanted to just pop it in because it's on the way. Chug, chug, chug. The stupid snow here. I hope we have what we need to do the wound curing story in Anth. I actually haven't done it in this playthrough. I remember seeing it there as an option, but I don't remember exactly what it took. I hope we have the requisite things in our hold to do so. Because I really do not want to be doing any type of stories when you have 2 wounds. 3 wounds and you die. I don't think I've ever lost a character to having too many wounds. You can also cure them in London in your study or something. But I've never lost a character, and I do not intend to lose any characters doing it if I can avoid it. I mean to the wounds at least. I think I've lost characters to fuel and supplies and things like that. Terror maybe. Or maybe my ship got sunk in combat at some point. I don't remember all the ways that I've died, to be honest. We're also near Mount Palmerston. I think although we kind of finished the Devilis's story, I don't think there's much left to do at Mount Palmerston unless you want to buy Zoop. Oh, actually, we do need to buy Zoop. We do need to go at Mount Palmerston to buy Zoop. Okay, maybe that's where we'll end the session at Mount Palmerston. I want to do it now so I don't forget. Otherwise, I might like start the next session and I'll go like directly south and I'll forget that I was supposed to go to Mount Palmerston and gain the Zoop. But the first thing I want to do is get rid of these stupid wounds. Or as many as we can get rid of it. As we can. Alright, Rosina, we need to get the sharpness of the spleen first. And then let's see what do we need to do for a trade you? Okay, 2 supplies and something awaits to remove a wound. Easy repair. She's quick with a bandage and stitches. When you try to thank her, she waves aside your gratitude. You cured a more serious condition. That's when we helped her before. Yeah, we can buy supplies here. In fact, I think they're cheaper in Mount Palmerston. Let's see, Palmerston. I think Mount Palmerston is cheaper. 22. I mean, it's 22. Buy 1 neolith. We also have the clay men in our hold. We can do the which option is it? It's the Isn't it skeleton? I think it's skeleton. Oh, we can do this thing now. I guess we try this once. It just gives you supplies, though. It's not very exciting, but I brought some extra to try this. We gained an Anthian romance. Okay. Skilled workshop. You read aloud a scene concerning a lady and her rubbery companion. No one giggles. No one smirks or gasps or shifts in their seat. They all listen with fixed attention to the details. From time to time, someone interrupts with a correction of the participant's technique or a suggested restructuring of the scene. You note down every recommendation until the scenes have been completely rewritten. After your reading, they bring you refreshments. It's exhausting work reading through all that, says a monk gravely. He passes you a platter of cured meats. A work of romantic literature that has been revised by the best Anthian minds. Gain 2 supplies. Okay. Let's get the sharpness of skeleton. We can send the poly 3 men down to the vault. Are we ready to try this thing yet? Eh, not quite. Okay, let's go ahead and go to Mount Palmerston and then we'll call it for this session. Oops. And then next session we'll go try to get the Cloudy Heart, a new ship apparently. That'll be cool. We've been sailing this cargo ship around for, man, probably at least 10 play sessions. We bought it relatively early on. Sleep when you're dead, you're hurt. Spend time in bed, this will heal a wound. Well, I can come back here and do that again. I don't need to do that at the moment. Tough it out. It's reduced terror, but may occasionally injure you further. Lost 1 terror. I'll heal. On the way back, I'll heal the. I'll talk to Rosina again there and heal the other wound before we leave. But I'm not gonna do it in this play session. All right, let's just wait for something awaits. We'll go to Mount Palmerston and then we'll be done for today. Waiting for something awaits. Our favorite pastime. Surely it'll happen soon. I don't think there's any up here at the crater, right? And Delos is gone. Alright, we're here for the Zoop, and I think that's the end of the session. I will see y'all next time.